some questions Jesus asked. Where am I?
The day was hot, the milk was off, and 2 Roman soldiers sat in my office. Somehow I could tell that this wasn't going to be a day of rest. These Roman ruffians roasting in their radiant, regal regalia looked real tough. But their eyes told a different story. They were tired, uneasy, scared. Big muscled trained killers, and they were shaking in their sandals. Yeah, these boys were in a jam all right, and I was the toast. Here they were to make their troubles my troubles. Sometime before sunrise this morning, they had lost the dead, lifeless body of a crucified criminal straight out of its tomb. They had no leads, no suspects, no idea how a corpse could give them the slip. So I asked them, "How do you expect me to find this body?" And the bigger, slightly smarter looking of the 2 replied, "Because you found him before. His name was Jesus of Nazareth." I could see their play easily enough. I'd tracked down this Nazarene years ago, and now they wanted me to do it again. It was 25 years ago when I was stalking the back streets and alleyways on a case. Someone was trying to pin a tail on this donkey, and I was out to prove its innocence. This job was child's play, and I was tired of being pushed around for shekels and denarii. I needed a real case, and I needed it right now. The boy's mother explained that they came up to Jerusalem last week for the feast of the Passover. Once the feast was over, they began their journey home at approximately 9:15 a.m. on Saturday. According to Joseph, it wasn't until 5:30 p.m. and several leagues from the city walls that they began to look for their son Jesus among the relatives and friends. But he was nowhere to be found. They hurried back to the city and searched desperately for the boy, but it was no use. And that's where I came in. I scoured the city streets for any clues as to the boy's whereabouts. I talked to everyone from the city gads to the lowest beggars, from Zion Gate to Herod's Gate. Eventually, from the web of confusion, a list of possible witnesses emerged.
You are looking for Jesus? I love cheese!
Why are you asking me? I didn't do it. I didn't see anything. A kid? You mean like a wee goat?
Maybe he is home and they didn't look hard enough.
Yeah, maybe they looked in the wrong house.
There were dead ends everywhere I looked. No one knew where this kid was. I needed help. So I turned to the wisdom-filled pages of my most revered book. Chapter 8, Dead Ends. If you come to a dead end, always presume the client is hiding something. This was the clue I needed.
What are you hiding?
Okay, Jesus is the Son of God!
Oh, that really worked. Hang on. I thought you were his father.
It's complicated. Before Jesus was born, there were dreams and angels, miracles, a big bright star in the sky, wise men from the east. But anyway, I'm his father, also. And I lost him, and I just want him safe back home in his father's house.
He was right. It was complicated. Heavenly visions and 3 wise guys from back east with connections. The case was getting murky, like some water with some murk in it.
Jesus is the Son of God! Son of God!
They looked in the wrong house. Wrong house.
Back home in his father's house.
As I walked away, I heard that kid say to his parents after all their searching, "Didn't you know I had to be in my father's house?" Strange kid. My 2 Roman friends were now wilting in prison, and I was here to update them on the facts of their case. Since the day of the disappearance, no body has surfaced. Instead, witnesses have been coming forward reporting sightings of Jesus physically alive, walking around, bearing the wounds of his crucifixion, eating, talking. They've all seen him. The women who came to anoint his body at the tomb, even a crowd of 500 people. And recently, his disciples reported him being taken up into the sky. So fellas, I guess it's like the kid said. Back in that temple 25 years ago, didn't you know I had to be in my father's house?